Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of All Gas, No Trash. My name's Josh, here today with good buddy Adam.
Yes, greetings, hello.
And as per usual, this is the Game Rage magazine sponsored No Curse Minute, and we would like to thank everyone who has gone to the YouTube channel and liked, subscribed, commented. It's really helped us out a lot, and your continued support really, makes us feel all warm and gooey on the inside. Additionally, if you have a problem with the new YouTube standards of identification, then you can check us out on other things if you want to ditch them, but
including RSS.
Yeah, including RSS.com. You can also hear us on Apple Podcasts. You can hear us on all of the podcast apps. We're on pretty much everything. Also, if you want to hear us on, if you want to watch the videos of the sets and stuff, that's only on YouTube. So you're kind of fucked for that. But
that's a true story.
Yeah,
and
the minute's been over. But anyways, we'll do 1:15. So, all right. So now we have a recap from the Adam went to the latest Gelli Haha show that was last Friday.
Yes.
Okay. And it was at where?
ResidentDTLA, which is off the 4th Street Bridge. It's on Hewitt Street. So it's they built this fucking giant ass skyscraper right next to it. I'm like, man, what an eyesore.
All right. So yeah, eyesore as fuck. All right. So I'm gonna ask you a question, okay? Because I saw the Gelli Haha Instagram account, and I saw the pre-show pictures and things of that nature.
Okay.
So I had sent to you, once I had saw this in the Discord, I said, hey, they had all the audience was supposed to color in this fucking picture, and I said, hey.
I didn't know that.
You didn't see that?
That didn't make any sense. I was like, what are you talking about?
It was there. They had this, it was this black, it was a blank page. It was the image of her album, but it was not, there was no color. And it was like, oh, everyone was supposed to like color in like some of it. And so I had said to you, hey, you better fucking write, either you better draw a dick, or you better write one more for the good guys, - all gas, no trash.
Damn it.
On the fucking thing.
You gotta be shitting me.
That's why I said that.
Oh my God. Dude, I had no idea. I was looking at that. I had no idea what the fuck it was. I probably should have looked on Instagram to see what all that shit was about. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, well, this is cool. Like, it's a marker. It's all done in black and white. But what the fuck is it? And then I walked away. I didn't even know what the fuck.
Oh my God, that's what it was. They said on the Instagram thing it was for everybody to color in like.
Fuck, man! I didn't even go back to check to see if it was done either.
Oh my God! Honestly, I don't think anyone got it because I don't think they posted anything of like showing what the image looked like. So like, I don't think people got it.
Okay.
But if she performs out here again and they have that, you gotta fucking write.
Damn it, dude! Man, I should have. God damn it!
And then
that
take a picture.
Perfect opportunity to let her know we're here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like Bray
you
Wyatt.
Don't know who we are, and you don't know why we're here.
What a great ad lib of that fucking line, dude.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna call that the Great Painting Mystery, or the Great
Painting Mystery of 2025. Anyways, okay, so why don't you go ahead and just walk me through the show? Obviously, you get there 9 hours early because you're a psychopath, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
So what time do you arrive at the venue?
So I think I got there around, probably 40 minutes before doors open, so like 6:50, I think.
Yeah, all right.
So doors were at 7:30. Man, the side streets there, really fucking interesting. They have like a public transit area for the buses and shit. But I went a little bit further than that, and there was these people changing next to their car. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Wait, were they people for the show, or were
no,
some random assholes?
Just random people. I'm like, I don't know if a drug deal's going on here.
And they happen to be getting naked.
Yeah, so I was like, I was just minding my own business, and there was a bunch of trash everywhere, as often you would find in LA, especially in the downtown area. But yeah, I just hung in my car for a hot minute, and then I eventually made my way over to the ResidentDTLA, where I didn't know this, but apparently there was a theme going on for the night for people to dress up and to blend in, I guess, with the audience. And it was like this beach everybody was supposed to wear red and have like a beach theme to their.
Oh man, you wore like a hockey jersey that was black, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I obviously didn't know what the dress code was because so.
Did anyone look at you funny when you walked in? Like,
no, because there was just as many people that were dressed normally as there were people that were wearing the special attire for the.
I'll say this: I did see that beach outfit stuff on the Instagram page prior to the show.
Yeah,
but it wasn't it wasn't apparent to me at all that was a theme of like people were supposed to dress up like that.
Yeah, like I said, it was only there were just as many people that were dressed normally as there were people trying to fit the theme, but. So I walk into the place, and this guy was like a crab. There was a fucking dude standing underneath a canopy, and I thought he was the security. I'm like, did they have the fucking security dress up as a fucking crab? But I guess he was just a bystander or whatever. But I walk in, and in the beer garden area, this was kind of cool. Like, I got to give her props, and just the team in general that helped put this together. I walk in, and that fucking Dave Gattell guy, the guy we've been talking about for fucking 10 plus episodes at this point, the creative director.
Yeah.
He was standing next to this photo booth, which was like a very unorthodox photo booth where there was CRT televisions. He had like an old 80s camera, like the old television cameras.
Like the VCR one? Like that's got the VHS tape in it?
It looked like that. And there was a backdrop that people could pay $10 if you bought something from the merch booth. You would get a free picture at the photo booth if you purchase something. But the dude was standing there, and he was dressed up in whatever gimmick he had, and he was introducing himself. Man, one thing that comes to mind is this part from The Office where this guy introduces himself. He's like, Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration. Bob Vance, Vance He introduces to himself to 4 or 5 different people exactly like that. And this dude was like, Dave Gattell, I was a creative director for the music videos. He did that like 4 or 5 times.
Oh no!
I'm like, hey, what kind of line of work you in, Dave? Like, I wanted to see that. I wanted to say that so bad because he mentioned it so many times. But it's not really for me to make fun of him. I just thought it was funny. Like, it was a funny observation.
You should have been like, huh, Dave Gattell. Never heard of him. That would have fucking got him. That would have fucked him in his head. But that would have also been funny as hell.
It was rather interesting to see that dude in person for as often as we've talked about him. In the previous Gelli Haha related episodes. So, in addition to the photo booth, they also had set pieces and props from the music videos. They had a prop head that would have been in place for Gelli Haha's head for the Spit music video.
Did they have the Tentussy there?
They did.
Man.
So it was...
did you take a picture of it?
I did.
Did you get a picture inside of it?
No, I didn't. Well, anyways, but they had the giant parachute behind the weird experiment thing that she had her head in. So you walk a little bit further back, and that's where the merch booth is, where there's a number of shirts and tote bags and all kinds of crap that I could have easily robbed because there was nobody there.
Man, you should have. Why didn't you rob it?
Yeah.
God damn it.
But I didn't do that.
Should have took the Tentussy. That would have been a great... We could have made the whole garage studio the Tentussy, and we could have been like live from the Tentussy.
All gas, no trash. Strikes again.
We're like fucking
I
Gru.
twirl my mustache.
We're like Gru from Despicable Me. Instead of stealing the moon, we stole this Tentussy.
Oh man, I so badly want to be the swiper. I want to be a swiper in Gelli Haha's universe.
Yeah, man.
I want to be a no good trickster in Gelli Haha.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All gas, no trashing. Yeah. No trashing over there.
No trash over there. So beyond the merch booth, a little bit further beyond the beer garden area, like the outdoor patio area, she also had the giant playhouse that is in the visualizer for the album.
Okay.
So like I took video of that shit, and then I saw the fucking thing that you were talking about, the giant drawing.
Yeah.
That people were supposed to color in. And I don't know if I saw any instructions, so I didn't know what the fuck it was. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Somebody drew the cover in marker, and that's as much as I took away from it. And And then I walked away, and I never fucking knew that. And I kind of wish I would have gone back.
Missed opportunity, man.
To see what happened. But anyways, so then that transitions over to the actual show or whatever. What was the time?
10:34.
10:34.
As we transition over into the actual show itself.
Yeah, so I was standing around and I was probably one of the first like 10 people just standing around waiting for this thing to start. And there was a guy next to me. He bought the vinyl, and we started chatting or whatever. And he was telling me, he's like, "Oh, why are you here so early?" I'm like, if I want to see what's happening, I got to get here early enough. He's, I got to be there to see what's going on with the show, because if I'm not there early enough, I'll be fucking standing in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
And this dude was telling me about like how he heard about Gelli Haha, and it was probably after the fact the album came out. So it was like 3 months after we
started talking about it. Did you not query him back and say, well, wait a minute, why the fuck are you here so early? What are you asking me for?
To beat traffic and also to be in the front because, well, the dude was kind of short, so I'm sure he wanted to be there early to...
Okay, a fellow short king. All right.
A fellow short king. So
shout out to the guy that Adam saw at the thing, fellow short king. Give us a like and a subscribe.
Yeah. And then people started piling in. I don't know conclusively if the thing sold out, although it was said it was sold out. There were quite a bit of people like standing side by side, so I imagine it did. I just couldn't see all the way back. I'm sure if I checked the game tapes, I'd have a better idea. But this first band, I didn't know there was a band performing in addition to Gelli Haha.
Yeah, I'll say this too. I didn't think there was. I thought it was just a solo show.
So this duo was called Dance Arts Center, and while I think the music was all right, it was like a Madonna-esque type of sound, perhaps even more progressive and modern. But this woman was wearing like a corset, like a Playboy bunny, right?
Okay.
Minus the bunny ear, she had a bowl hat, and she did this whole choreography thing. And there was a guy, a super jack dude on the a DJ, like a pioneer DJ setup, and he was just pressing buttons to start the next track. Not particularly interesting, but getting to Gelli Haha itself, once the thing fucking started, and this isn't a bad thing because I think it's just me already having experienced the show itself. I think it lost some of its luster.
Was it just the same shit as it was previously?
Yes, and it's not to discredit Gelli Haha herself. It's just for me seeing it again, like I'm like, I'm really just here to capture the performance itself, and it wasn't me seeing it for the first time. So it's kind of like lost its magic to me to some degree. But like people just loved it. Like people that hadn't experienced it, I think will appreciate it. And when she goes on tour with Polo and Pan, I think she's gonna surprise a lot of people, and it's gonna be fucking great. It's just for me seeing it for the second time, it just didn't hit again. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it was like a great performance or anything like that. She did break out 2 additional songs, which are also part of the album. So she did add new gimmicks and new dances for those 2 songs.
Okay.
Johnny, and what was the other one?
I
gotta look it up real quick.
So would you say it's kind of like, when you're watching, like if you go watch a musical, right? Like you watch Wicked for the first time as a musical, and then but it just doesn't. You'll see it again, and it just didn't hit as hard. The performance was still great, but it just didn't hit it hard because it's not the first time you're seeing it. It's the second time you're seeing it,
right? Yeah, to some degree it was that, but like I said, I don't think it's gonna lose its magic to other people when she goes on these tour dates,
right?
But
a lot of people will be seeing it for the first time, though. There's probably not a lot of repeat customers right now. You being probably the exception to the rule, because we're literally just covering this, so you're going to everything that's out here.
Right.
But I would imagine probably not a shit ton of repeat customers in terms of, her following's not like insanely huge or whatever.
Not yet.
Not yet. But like, so right now it's the phase of where everyone's coming and seeing this almost for probably 90% of the people there experiencing this for the first time.
Right.
So,
so the 2 songs that I mentioned previously that she added to her set. So she does play the album in its entirety, But the songs that she played, in addition to the previous set that I posted, if you have a chance to check that out, go ahead and do so. It's in the Gelli Haha Saga playlist if you want to check out everything. But the songs are Dynamite and Johnny. So those are like the last two tracks, or some of the last couple tracks that are in the album. And for Dynamite, she had her dancers wear masks backwards, and they were doing like this really interesting dance. And I'm going to post it. So for anybody that wants to see, I'm not going to post the whole set because it would be redundant to see the whole set or whatever. But I'm going to post the 2 songs that you haven't seen. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be posted immediately after we make this episode. But as far as like the takeaways for this particular show, yes, I think she sold the thing out. Her family was in attendance, and there was a lot of so we've mentioned that in the past she's like Filipino, right?
Yeah.
A large portion of her family that was in attendance was fucking Filipino, and they were of the elderly age. And I was like, damn, dude, this must be really interesting for them to see, because their daughter, granddaughter, niece, or whatever it might be are traveling all the way from Boise, Idaho, I imagine, to Los Angeles, maybe not knowing what she or their daughter's doing, and then to see it in person, it must be a sight to behold. Do they understand like the overall project of Gelli Haha, or do they understand that like she's an artist and she makes music, and maybe to some degree they enjoy the music, but they don't understand like the visual shit? I don't know. Regardless, it was cool to see such a large gathering of her own family in attendance to be supportive of their own family member. I thought that was fucking rad. And then the thing that like kind of I don't know if this is a problem, I guess, but it's one that could potentially arise. I think to some degree, her project can run into a problem if she starts playing larger venues. Because she's been playing such smaller capacity or smaller occupancy venues, and the fact that when she throws all the props on, in addition to all the people that are on stage, it looks nice. You can get everything in one shot. But when she plays a theater like the Fonda Theater, where it's 1,200 to 2,000 people, and the stage is like, I don't know how big the actual stage is in terms of dimensions, but consider the project is spread out, right? You got the analog synthesizer, the 2 flute players, the 2 dancers. If it's all spread out, it doesn't look as nice. Like it doesn't. There's something about empty space and this project. So I think going forward, she's going to have to double the flute players to make it look like they take up more space, and maybe double the dancers. And if she's going to do the tent stuff for the Normalize, like if you've seen the music video for Normalize, where she has the gigantic hands and the gigantic feet, all
and don't forget the gigantic Tentussy.
Right. Okay, that's the scale she needs to go for if she really wants to wow people. She needs to do that on stage. And I don't know if she's capable of doing it, because I don't know like how much manpower or how many resources she needs to do that. If she can't replicate that, I think she needs to take it out into the audience. Like, she needs to take it out to the audience, because larger venues have barriers that go after the stage or in front of the stage. She's not going to have that same ability to connect with people, to break the fourth wall between the stage and the fucking audience. Like, she can't just hop out and go out there because there's a barrier. So I think what she needs to do going forward, like just taking things into consideration, she'll need to take some part of her performance out into the stage to get people intrigued. Not to discredit what she already does, but in order to really fucking sell it and to make it as amazing as possible, some aspect needs to go out into the fucking stage. So what do you...
Yeah, I mean, listen, I wasn't there, but yeah, I agree with that, with what you're saying. That there needs to be some audience wow factor. I mean, again, this is the early stages, so like she can get away with doing the same shit different day type routine, right?
Yeah, because it's everybody's first chance to see her.
It's everybody, especially on this next tour that she's going to go on. It's probably everybody's first fucking time they've ever heard of her,
right?
For the most part that are there,
right?
So And you said it was primarily. It seemed like it was primarily family members or related people. There's a lot of that there at this show.
I mean, it wasn't a large portion of the show. I mean, the
percentage.
It was a significant group of people. I mean, let's say it was like between 7 and 8 people versus like 100 plus.
Yeah, or whatever was there. Right. Yeah, I mean, a percentage. 10%. Yeah, 10%. I mean, yeah. So, but everybody else probably their first time for the most part seeing this. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's okay now to do. It's doable, but later down the line, maybe we're gonna have to mix it up a little bit. See what happens.
I guess the overall point I'm trying to make is that this shit needs to scale to the theater or whatever venue she eventually gets to. Because as I said before, like since we talked about it in the first episode, we thought this project was gonna get bigger and it's gonna get the recognition it deserves. It's gonna be on television. It's gonna be everywhere, but once it comes to the larger venues and trying to make this as dazzling of performance and as dazzling of a concert as possible, it needs to scale appropriately, or else it's not going to look as impressive as it does right now within the smaller venues that she's been playing, especially like the ResidentDTLA. So overall, I mean, it was great to see her perform again, and it did make me sentimental to see her family there. Like, man, it is cool to see them be so supportive and for them to show out. And all the people had like these fucking like, so they were dispensing out these glow, you know those things that have, it's like a stick and then there's like these white translucent.
Oh yeah, it's like fiber optic thing kind of.
Yeah, and then their lights, everybody was given one of those and they had it all fucking sticking out. So
what would have been great is if everyone could have been inside the Tentussy and had those things tickling the inside of it. Yeah. And then, you get me there and I'm just speed bagging the Tentclitoris, all right, just like it's nobody's business, and making the giant Gelli Haha fucking nut like nobody's business. She's just going to sit there and she's going to scream, I'm going to nut.
Fuck, I don't know if I have anything else to... Okay, so there is one thing to quickly mention that I forgot to include in the Gelli Haha roundup episode. I found this fucking show. I found this show back in sorry, I'm like looking at the time. I found an advertisement for a show back in 2023 when she was known as Angel Abaya, and I think it was for a venue. I don't remember what the venue was called, but it was Pearl and the Oysters, Angel Abaya. And the reason that is significant, as I've mentioned previously, is that the common thread between Ginger Root and Pearl and the Oysters and Gelli Haha is that guy Dave Cattell. So for them to be playing a show in 2023, it makes me wonder when the conversations were had for between Pearl and the Oysters, Gelli Haha. Like, when the fuck did that happen? And the fact that they played a show together 2 years ago for these 2 or 3 bands that have somewhat mingled or intersected at some point, or have Dave Cattell as the common thread man. I don't know. It just interesting stuff. But that's the conclusion of the episode. As I said previously, you can check out the 2 songs that you haven't heard from the live set. I'll be posting them after this episode, so go ahead and check that out. And that concludes the episode. So please check out the rest of our shit at Game Rage Magazine on YouTube. Or if you don't want to do the verification process or any of that shit, we're on RSS.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much any other digital streaming platform. But the live performances and anything like that, that's still going to stay on YouTube. So if you want to check that shit out, you're unfortunately going to have to find a way to work around that. But anyways, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, and if you're unhappy with the current state of the government, you should vote Tentussy 2028. And if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you. Go fuck yourself.